Hi everyone, welcome to the class with Natalia of the phrasal verbs. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you write in the chat, please? Yes, you have the chat available, perfect. If you don't have the chat available, perfect. I recommend you to download the application with the Teams. Maybe you can use it on your cell phone, so you will be able to participate in our class today. It is very important. Perfect. So, I want to tell you what to expect during the class today. We are going to practice different phrasal verbs. We are going to make the vocabulary practice first of all. There will be pronunciation practice, writing practice. That's why our chat is very important to us. And at the end, I will give you the English course as a roadmap to improve your life. Some rules for today, it's to please be here and now. Please try not to use the chats. Don't talk to the people on the side. Remember that it is very important that you are concentrated. The more you are into our class today, the more attention you put, the more phrasal verb information stays in your head, the more practice you can have. If you are distracted, it will not stay in your in your head. So it is very important that you are here with us. Please be active and do the tasks that I'm giving to you. The more practice you have today, the more you are putting the energy, the more knowledge you will obtain from this class. It's like an investing into yourself, into your time. Please remember to respect each other in the chat. Please, no spam, no abuse. If I see something like that, you will be immediately banned. So please be careful with that one. You can also write your questions in the chat, just in case if I don't see them while I'm explaining you the topic. We will have the space at the end so I can answer your questions in that case. I recommend you to stay until the end of our class for today, because there will be some bonuses, some gifts for the active ones. One of the bonuses that I'm going to share with you is to share with you the list of 200 common phrasal verbs with the meanings and examples of that I'm going to share with you within the chat in Teams. If you still don't have the Teams application, you don't have the chat available, I recommend you to download it from the Google Play and to install it while we are starting with our presentation for today. Let's get to know each other. I would like you to write in the chat, where are you from? What do you do? And why are you here? What is your goal? For example, as I said, my name is Natalia Sokolova. I am from Russia, but I am living here in Colombia. I am in Bogota. I've been living here for 10 years now, and I am an English instructor. I'm working for the different companies, teaching English, guiding the students on how to improve their English, teaching the soft skills on how to communicate with the people from the different countries, how to build the conversation in the business area, and so on. Why am I here is because I want to teach you some phrasal verbs, which is not the common topic, as you could see in the maybe in the English teaching world. And a lot of my students are frequently saying, hey, how can I learn phrasal verbs? Is there any material over there? So it's not a very common topic. So I decided to create this class for you to help to obtain new vocabulary, to expand your view on what phrasal verbs are, and they are not that scary actually. And also this way I can help you to improve a little bit more your English, which in general in the future can help you to improve your job position, or to help you to move to another country, or to help you understand the music, the movies, and so on. Tell me, please, who are you and why are you here? Let's see what are the answers in the chat. Remember to be active, to write down the answers. This is your writing practice. The more you write, the better it is for you today. Okay, we can see there is Manuel from Cali to learn about phrasal verbs. Very good. Juan Felipe to improve English proficiency, works as a business analyst from Bogota. Nice. Juan Carlos from Colombia, informatic engineering. Okay, to learn about music. Very good. Please finish your sentence. I will read them later on. I will continue talking about me a little bit more. I've been working as an English instructor for 10 years now, and I have experience in teaching in Colombia and also abroad in the different countries. I was working for Ecuador, for Canada, for the United States also, and I am certified by the Cambridge University in London, which is CELTA. It is certificate in teaching English to speakers of other languages. And I also have the University of Sergio Arboleda, which is in Bogota, and I certificate about successful online teacher. Here you can see my certificates, which is for the CELTA, and the one from the on the right from the Universidad Sergio Arboleda. My students work at top international companies. I have had over 3,000 professionals that have improved their English with my classes. I was working, my students are working in the BNP Paribas, ABC Cargo Logistics, Teleperformance, Endava, Exis, Global, Novartis, and the others. And I invite you to join my Instagram also, so you can follow my stories and some posts that I'm doing over there. I'm publishing over there about the useful items, phrasal verbs, some English tips. So it is English teacher Natalia. Please follow it. It will be very useful for you. Now I want to know, why do you need to know phrasal verbs? What is the reason? Please type it in the chat. Why do you need to know phrasal verbs? Phrasal verbs are everywhere in English. Yes, we use them every day, definitely. Because native English people use a lot of phrasal verb in their conversation. They're usually used in spoken English. Yes, I totally agree with you. What we should know about the phrasal verbs is that phrasal verbs are the words that consist of a verb and a particle, which is usually a preposition or an adverb. And phrasal verbs are extremely common in English. You can see them everywhere, especially in informal English and in spoken English. What you have to remember is that many phrasal verbs have more than one meaning. So when you learn a phrasal verb, it is important to check, is that only one meaning or I can use it in the different contexts too? So what can I do to help myself to master the phrasal verb? Well, first of all, try to think positively, because people say like, oh my God, phrasal verb, there are so many, it is so stressful, I cannot learn it, but it's not that hard. If you can learn a lot of vocabulary words, what makes it hard to learn the phrasal verb? So if you think about it positively, you already have an advanced level. Try not just to understand them, but it's also important to use them when you're speaking and when you're writing. The more you use them, the better it is for you, the easier you will remember that. For today, I would like to present you a list of the phrasal verbs, and the easiest way is to do it using the context. So we are going to read the text. You can see the phrasal verb highlighted, and we are going to make some practice, make the writing practice, and we will make some exercises at the end. The phrasal verbs that we have today are related to the time. So first of all, I'm going to read the text to you, pay attention to the pronunciation, and after that, I will ask you some questions. Let's start. How time passes. The sales conference will be coming around soon. We'd better start hurrying those sales reports along. I can't believe that the conference is coming up again already. This last year seems to have slipped away. I know there is an awful lot to do leading up to the conference, especially as it's going to be held in our branch this year. Oh well, at least it breaks things up and makes life a bit more interesting, I suppose. It hasn't been that bad a year, surely. There was all the excitement over the new marketing campaign. Oh, that completely, sorry. Oh, that completely passed me by. It didn't really affect me in my department. Okay, Paul, time's getting on a bit now. I need to head home. Let's talk about what we need to do tomorrow. You can see 8 phrasal verbs here. What I want you to do, can you recognize any phrasal verb? Do you know any meaning of them? Please write in the chat if you know the meaning. For example, what is the meaning of coming around? Type it in the chat, please. If you don't know coming around, you can choose another verb. For example, I know passed by. Please write what passed by mean in English. Coming around start, okay. Coming around, it will happen soon. For example, this week. Very good. How about the different one? Do you know what other phrasal verb mean? For example, getting on or breaks up. Getting on means that it's getting late. Okay, breaks up, giving the details of something. Any other phrasal verbs that you know? Leading up to, in preparation for something. Okay, I can see really good answers here. I really hope that you have your notebook and you can take the notes. I will explain you the pronunciation and the meaning of the phrasal verb. So let's start with the coming around. We say the phrasal verb, come around, come around. Come around means that it is happening or it is usual time. The sales conference will be coming around soon. It means that, again, it is happening again. It is something usual. Hurrying along, hurry along. Hurry along, making someone to do something more quickly or making something happen more quickly. So we better start hurrying those sales reports along. Make it quickly, do it faster. The next one, coming up, come up, come up. Come up means will be happening soon. So the conference will come soon, will happen soon again. Slipped away, slip away, slip away. Slip away means passed very quickly. The last year passed very quickly. It slipped away. Leading up to, it's preparing in the period before an event begins. So that's an awful lot to do leading up to the conference. We have some periods of the time before the event begins. Before the conference begins, we have the periods of the time. Break things up, break up, break up. It's about make a periods of time more interesting by being different from what you are doing for the rest of your time. At least it breaks things up and makes life a little bit more interesting. What we're doing, making report, breaks things up. It makes it more interesting. Pass by, pass by, went unnoticed. That completely passed me by. I didn't notice it. It passed by and it was like, wow, it was unnoticed. And the last one we have, getting on. Get on. Get on. Get on is mainly used in the British or Australian informal English. It means getting late. So time's getting on a bit now. We are getting late. We did too many reports. We're getting late. All right. I have one more text and 9 more phrasal verbs. Let's check them out. Spending time. I'm going to read first. After that, we discuss it. So, right. I'm not going to spin this out. I just have one thing to say. You only have 2 weeks now till the exam starts, and you're going to have to pull your socks up if you want to pass. We are going to set apart the next fortnight just for revision. In other words, we are going to free up some time by canceling all non-exam lessons like sport. All school sports matches will be held over until the exams are finished. We felt that would be better than trying to fit revision in around sports commitments. The sports staff agree that putting back these matches won't cause any major problems. We mustn't set schedules back too much, or we won't be able to fit in all the matches before the end of term. So now, put everything else out of your minds and concentrate on your revision. No more frittering time away. Get down to some serious work. Just in case you don't know, fortnight means 2 weeks, the period of the 2 weeks. And if you say fritter means to waste or to throw away something. So do you know any of these phrasal verbs? Please write in the chat if you know any. What is the meaning of those phrasal verbs? Set apart, separate. Very good. Pull up just a piece of clothing. In the US, people use it for stopping a car at the sidewalk. Okay, very good. Held over where the event is happening, like take place. Very well. Okay, let me explain you the meaning of these phrasal verbs. So the first one, spin out. Spin out. Spin out is to make something continue for longer than necessary. I'm not going to spin this out. I'm not going to continue explaining it. I'm not going to continue doing that again. I'm not going to spin this out, not continue doing something. The next one, pull up. Pull up. Pull up is to make an effort to improve. And this is to make an effort to improve, for example, give me a second. You're going to have to pull it out, to pull your socks up. To pull your socks up, which is to mean that you have to make an effort, you have to try hard, you need to improve it, do it harder, and so on. Set apart, to use time for one purpose and no other purpose. Please set apart for the next fortnight. Please do it only this and don't do any other things. Only revision. Free up, it's to make time or money available for a particular use by not using it another way. You need to free up some time to do some specific thing, specific activity, and not the other activity. The number 5, held over. Held over. It is to be delayed and arranged for a later date. So all the school matches will be held over until the exams are finished. They are going to be postponed. They are going to be delayed and arranged a little bit later. Number 6, fit in. Fit in is to do in between the other activities. You have this activity and you have another activity and you have this activity in the middle. You need to fit the revision in around the sport comments. Do it in between one and another activity. Number 7, put in back. Put back. Put back, causing something to happen later than it should happen. The sport staff agreed that putting back these matches won't cause any major problem. We are going to postpone it a little bit to put it back. Setback, number 8, setback. To make something happen more slowly or make something happen later than it should. So we mustn't set schedules back too much. We shouldn't postpone it too much. We shouldn't make it happen too slow or too late. And the last one is frittering away. Fritter away. Fritter away is to waste time by using it for unimportant things. So please don't fritter your time away. Go and do some serious work. All right, very good. Do you have any questions at this point? No questions. The same thing. If number 5, 6, and 7, the same thing, give me just a second. Let me check. Give me just a second. We can say that number 5 and 7 are pretty similar. The number 5, it's when you delay it for the later, and the number 7 when you talk about cause. What is the cause? What is the reason you're postponing it? You're making it later. So the first one is to delay, to arrange something for the late, and the number 7 is I am making it happen later. It is pretty similar. The number 6, no. The number 6 is that when you talk about one activity and the second, and in between, you fit in something. So you put it in between. It's not about delaying. 5, 7, 9. Oh, sorry. Number 8, make something happen more slowly. Give me just a second. We can say that in some situations, the number, for example, number 5 and number 8, yes, we can use them interchangeably depending on the context. So maybe you can hold over the meeting, so it will happen later, or you can set the meeting back. You can postpone it. Yes, you can use it in the same context. I think that call off is more like a canceling. Give me just a second. Just to make sure. To call off is when you cancel completely the event, while the number 5 and the 8, you are postponing it for later. All right, very good. So I hope that you have your notes with the meaning of that. I will send you the text and I will send you the meaning of it later on. But as for now, let's try to make a practice. Here you can see the exercise number 1. You need to match the beginning of each sentence with its ending, the numbers with its letters. I would like you to write only one message per person, please, with the 5 numbers. For example, it can be, I don't know, 1C, 2D, or 2B, etc. Please, one message per person. What are the correct answers? Please write in the chat. Please try to make one message for all the answers. No, thank you, David. Okay. Very nice, Sandra. Very good, Manuel. Thirty seconds to finish and we check. All right, very good. Let's see what are the correct answers here. 1C, 2E, 3D, 4A, and 5B. I can see a lot of good answers. Good job. Congratulations. Let's try another exercise. Let's read these remarks by different people and then answer the questions below. The questions are hidden over here. Let me read the text first. So, Noreen, I'm 63 and I've never had an interesting job or done anything exciting. Jack, I feel I'm wasting a lot of time on useless and unimportant things. Jenna, I'm trying to improve my performance. I know I've been lazy and inefficient. Terry, I feel the days are passing very quickly and we need to solve the problem now. Rita, I'm canceling my meetings next week so I can take time off to decorate my flat. Now the questions. Who is trying to free up some time? Please write the name in the chat. Is it Nori? Is it Terry? Who is trying to free up some time? The question number 2. Who feels the time is slipping away? Write the name. Who feels life is passing them by? Who feels life is passing them by? Who is trying to pull their socks up? And the last question, who feels they are frittering away their time? All right, very good. And here you go, the correct answers. The first one is Rita, second Terry, Noreen, Jenna, and Jack. Good job. You got it right. Very good. As you can see, when you study the phrasal verbs just from the dictionary or from the list, it might be a little bit complicated. Sometimes it has too many meanings, you are getting confused. Just one particle can make it be very similar. So what is the best way to do it? It's to find it in the context. As you could see in the following example, look at that. It says, at least it breaks things up and makes life a bit more interesting. So basically, breaks things up has the same meaning as make the life a bit more interesting. You don't even need the dictionary to understand that it is actually the same. You see, how can you learn the phrasal verbs in the context? You can use such function of the Google, for example. You find the phrasal verb that you want to learn, for example, to free up, and you can type in the Google use free up in the sentence or free up examples, and then you will see the whole text. Or you can search in the Google text using different phrasal verbs, or you can even use the ChatGPT, which is a really nice function these days. You can say, okay, Google, create me the text using this and this and this phrasal verb. And after that, you can say, okay, ChatGPT, could you create, please, the exercises for me using this and this phrasal verbs, etc. And you will see that it has really incredible amount of the tools possible to learn it. I will send you later on this text so you can see it again, you can analyze it, and you can learn the phrasal verbs. Voy a cambiarme para español por si acaso tal que hay algunas personas que llegaron por acá y no son tan buenos de nivel de inglés para poder explicar un poquitico mejor. Estos textos yo les voy a enviar para que ustedes lo puedan volver a leer. Seguramente les pareció que hay mucho vocabulario que podría ser complicado, pero la idea es que estos tipos de textos les quedan como un reto. Entre más ustedes hacen las lecturas, más vocabulario ustedes van a aprender. ¿Qué es lo que yo les recomiendo hacer? Es que ustedes vuelvan a leer los textos, vuelvan a traducirlos, vuelvan a practicarlos, y entre más ustedes leen, entre más ustedes escuchan, como vieron hoy, todo lo que hicimos en la clase fue únicamente en inglés. Entonces, esta es la idea. Entre más inglés ustedes escuchan, mejor lo están aprendiendo. ¿Qué les quiero contar yo? Es que para poder aprender inglés, ustedes definitivamente necesitan muchísimo la práctica, más que todo si ustedes están en los niveles bajitos, que son el A1, A2, B1, B2, los que van desde abajo por arriba. Es muy importante que ustedes tienen una práctica constante. Lo que pasa es que cuando ustedes aprenden inglés, muchas veces, hasta en la empresa donde estoy trabajando yo, nos pasa que nosotros únicamente tenemos la clase de inglés es una vez a la semana, lo que es poquito. O, por ejemplo, las personas que buscan, no sé, las clases, por ejemplo, privados, también suceden que solo son una vez o dos veces a la semana por el tema puede ser del presupuesto, o puede ser por los temas del tiempo. Como nosotros somos todos profesionales, tenemos familias, no tenemos mucho tiempo. Entonces es muy importante que ustedes buscan la forma de aprender inglés. Entre más horas ustedes dedican de aprender inglés, más rápido les mejora el nivel de inglés. Yo en algún momento estaba aprendiendo francés, tuve una beca en American Schoolway siendo profesora de inglés, me dieron una beca de ser profesora de francés, y les cuento que tenía unas ganas de aprender francés solo porque me gustaba, pero mis profesores no hablaban español. Tampoco, más bien sí, hablaban español, yo no hablaba español, ellos no hablaban inglés, y la única forma que nosotros comunicábamos era en francés. Entonces imagínense cómo fue el tema, que yo no sabía nada de nada, únicamente diccionarios. Pero yo decidí tomar el reto y yo estaba estudiando de lunes a viernes de a 4 horas diarias. Fue una locura, pero sin embargo en 7 meses aprendí desde cero hasta el nivel B2. Me faltaba un poquito la gramática, pero sin embargo, las 20 horas semanales sí me han ayudado bastante para aprender el idioma francés, y para poder comunicarme con los profesores, para poder hablar sobre cualquier tema que ustedes me ponen sin necesidad de utilizar mucho el vocabulario. Sí, el tema gramatical, pero no vocabulario. En este sentido, yo también quisiera comentarles que yo en este momento tengo abiertos los cupos para los cursos de inglés para todos los niveles, desde el A1 para el B2. La idea de estos cursos es que si ustedes sienten que no tienen lo suficiente nivel de inglés para que ustedes puedan unirse a los cursos, nosotros lo vamos a hacer de la manera de lunes a viernes, de a 2 horas académicas durante 2 meses, que son 80 horas, y también para las personas del nivel un poquito más alto, para B1 y B2, vamos a tener las clases 3 veces a la semana, también de a 2 horas académicas, que serían durante 3 meses. Durante esas sesiones ustedes van a practicar el vocabulario. Vamos a también aprender los phrasal verbs, no tanto, pero sí van a estar allá. Por aparte de esto, ustedes van a ver cada clase la explicación de gramática, que es súper importante, aunque muchas personas consideran que no es así, pero es complicado si ustedes únicamente siempre hablan en el presente, o que hay personas que tal vez no les entienden de por qué ustedes no han conjugado bien o no han puesto bien, por ejemplo, el passive voice o algún tema parecido. También nosotros escuchamos mucho el listening mediante los audios, donde practicamos con los diferentes acentos, los que yo les voy a mostrar, y al final todo lo que vamos a aprender durante la clase, nos vamos a realizar una práctica del speaker. Si ustedes sienten que ustedes lo necesitan, o las personas que están alrededor suyos que les falta en inglés, yo les recomiendo muchísimo para que también participen en las clases gratuitas, los que estoy dando phrasal verbs. Ahorita voy a hablar un poquito más de esto, y también para que puedan llegar a los cursos de inglés que van a comenzar ahorita el 18 de septiembre. Antes de llegar a cada curso, la persona va a ser evaluada para saber exactamente qué nivel de inglés tiene la persona, para poder darle algunas recomendaciones. Y también al final de cada curso ustedes van a tener una certificación con mi firma. Como yo soy certificado por la CELTA, entonces pueden tener este certificado y puede ser revisado que realmente yo soy la persona que sí conozco inglés, que yo sí estudié para enseñar inglés. Entonces sí tiene ese poder, ese tipo de certificado. Quisiera mostrarles algunos chats que los estudiantes están diciendo. La última vez nosotros hicimos Intensive English Course. Los estudiantes fueron bastante agradecidos, dijeron muchas gracias. Nos fuimos después a un bar a tomar una Coca-Cola, lo celebramos. En general, las personas dijeron que les gustó la metodología, los ejercicios, la participación del curso, los horarios de los temas de conversación. Y en general las personas, los que están participando, tienen una vista positiva sobre cómo va la didáctica de los cursos. Em, si les interesa para ver más cómo yo estoy haciendo las clases de inglés, yo les invito de ver algunos videos que yo tengo en el YouTube, que es Start Up English School. Podrían ir por allá. Yo después les comparto el link por si quieren ver algunos. Y también ustedes me pueden ver acá la lista de los phrasal verbs que nosotros aprendimos hoy, que fueron 17, que me parece harto. Ustedes en ninguna semana van a aprender tantos phrasal verbs como aprendieron solo hoy en una hora. Entonces, muy chévere. Ojalá que lo recuerden. Y bueno, por lo último, bonus time. What I want you to say is that one good thing is that I'm going to give another phrasal verb class, which is going to be on Wednesday, August 23rd at 6:30. The next time, I will send you the link in the group again. We're going to learn new phrasal verbs. I invite you to participate to extend your vocabulary. Please don't miss this opportunity. Also, you have the promo code for 20% discount for any English course that you're going to take, which is First Class 20. Be careful that it is valid only for the 3 days until August 17. If you want to participate, please write it down. And First Class 20. And just in a second, I'm going to send you the phrasal verb list that I promised. Give me just a moment. Let me find it over here. Wait. A little problem. I'm going to send it to you via WhatsApp for today, because seems that Teams doesn't allow me to. No, I cannot put it, unfortunately, for some reason. I'm going to send you the 200 phrasal verbs in WhatsApp just in a second. I'm sorry. And I hope that this list will really help you. to continue learning phrasal verbs. Any questions that you have for me for today? Perfect. It looks like there are no questions. Thank you very much for your participation. I really hope to see you next Wednesday. Enjoy your week and talk to you in WhatsApp. Thank you, everyone. Goodbye. Bye, everyone. You're welcome. Thanks.